Hi! So I've spent the last couple days writing and I've got about 16 pages and it's going good. I want it to be about 60 pages. So I'm over 1/6 of the way through, and the closer I get to the middle, the more confusing it is because the middle is always the hardest part. I make sure that I don't go completely off the rails and just start writing him into something that isn't even relevant. Because I can do that. I can just get on a tangent and I just start writing these scenes that don't really fit. They have no basis. They just start going off on a tangent and all of a sudden I've written like a week of his life that's irrelevant. It's weird. So I do have scenes that I haven't written yet that are very clear in my mind, and I know why they're in there and I know what their importance is. So I will probably write those out fully. All of them that I can. And then figure out where they go. And it's also hard because I haven't written something this long in a couple of years, that I've kind of forgotten that it's a first draft, and that first drafts are there so that you can rip their guts out later and write the second, third, fourth, however many drafts you end up writing. Just keeping that in mind, being really nice to myself, and just knowing, just trusting the process and trusting my own ideas and going with the ones that I know fit into the story and that I really want there. And then I am confident-ish that once I write out those scenes, everything else will follow. I've never written scenes out of order before either, which I'm going to do. I'm just going to write the ones that are the strongest in my mind. And, you know, maybe some of those scenes won't fit by the time I'm done, and that's okay. But I just want to make sure that I'm staying on task, that the messages aren't getting lost, and that, you know, I'm in that kind of muddled phase, and just knowing that I have a time frame of, you know, 3 to 4 months that I can work on this thing, and that that's really, really cool, and that I don't have the pressure of, you know, casting it and getting it made or anything like that at all in my mind right now. So that's really nice. And yeah, I just get to focus on it, and I think that, you know, I get all these ideas and I want to do it now, I want to do it now. And because I've been thinking about the script for so long that I just want to write it all out. And that's not good. You end up with word vomit that way. On another note, I have my second interview in about an hour. So hopefully I get the job, because that'll be cool. And yeah, I'm done with freelance for a while. It's sucking the life out of me and it's not getting me anywhere, and I just can't stand it. So hopefully I'll get this retail job that will take the place of the money that I should have gotten from these freelance jobs that didn't work out. So that's kind of where my mind's at right now. And yeah, so I will check in with you guys on the flip side in the 90s. I'll check back to you guys when I time travel to the 90s. Have any of you read the book by Stephen King about the JFK assassination, where the guy goes back in time and works in Dallas and tries to save the president? I didn't know that existed. I want to read it. I'm excited. Have you read it? What is your favorite Stephen King book? Our library has like 6 or 8 copies of this one book. It's like he's popular or something. I wanted to stalk him when we were in Maine. Apparently you can like go up to his house at the gate and he may come out and meet you. That's a thing. Awesome. Also, if you guys are interested in what my story is about, it follows a 20-year-old guy named Jaron Gate. Him and his father were really close, and they would always talk about space and watch meteor showers and watch the stars and things. And his father's wish was to be buried in space, to have a space burial, which is a real thing where they take a few grams of your cremated remains and they put you on a spaceship, a little rocket, and they send you into orbit. And you can go into deep orbit, you can just kind of circle the Earth, you can go to the moon. It's interesting, and it's really expensive. And there is a Sunjammer, that's the name of the ship, the little capsule that they're putting people on. And that's going to launch in 2016. So that's kind of the launch that my story is around, because my story takes place, most of it takes place in 2015. So that's interesting. It's a story about kind of survivor guilt of family members that are left behind, and how people kind of take on responsibility to fulfill wishes and wants and desires and goals from people who are no longer on the earth, and whether or not that is healthy and whether or not that is really honoring the person or if it's doing it more for you. And it's about how death affects the people that are left behind more so than the person whose life has ended. Once that person is gone, that loss is no longer theirs. Their loss is in the dying, and everyone else's loss is after they have died. And how people, you know, work with the void, the almost tangible void that someone who has died is left behind. There's almost like a space in the shape of their body that's been punched out, and how that can completely shape someone's life and the lives of the people around them. And that's kind of what the story's about, and whether or not he will succeed in getting his father into space is kind of the whole basis. It's another lovely day. My neighbor's radio is on really loud. Are they having a dance party in the rain? A rain dance. So I had my second interview. It wasn't really an interview, it was more like just me getting the hiring paperwork. So yes, I have the job. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to working at Justice. I'm excited about it. So that's good. High five. Okay, so I had to fight some technology there for a little bit, but I have officially been hired. And because I had to fill out the rest of my application, which was kind of weird, but I had to do it online and I couldn't get into the one email. I have 3 accounts and I couldn't get into the one email that had the application in it. It was driving me nuts. But I got it. I'm good. I've never been this excited to work retail before, ever. But this is also the first time I've worked retail since going through therapy and being on my medication, so it's probably going to be a totally different experience. I am for sure it will be better. It's already better, so that's great. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I won't start for like 2 weeks because they make their schedules 2 weeks out, and the new hire paperwork that I haven't gotten yet, she's got to send it to me today by 5. That hasn't even been filled out yet, so it takes time, but we'll get there, and I'm excited because I have a job now. Haha.